Shavinism.
Hello everyone and welcome to Shavinism. I hope you've had a wonderful 4th of Mayo, Cinco de Mayo, hot dog with mayo, whatever reason it is you found to be festive. As some of you may know, McMafia, which is a series I'm in, I'm a guest star on episode 6, has announced that it will go on to season 2. And to celebrate the occasion, I thought I'd share with you my audition tape for the role of Allon in McMafia. Just to explain, because I know a lot of you aren't actors, so auditions have changed during recent years and they do a lot more self-tapes than actual auditions now. Since we're moving into a more modern era and anyone can film themselves, casting directors decided that in order to save time they can ask actors to take themselves doing the scene. And then instead of hiring a room and bring the director in and spending the time in the room with an actor, they can just ask you to tape it. And that way they save time, they save money. In a sense, it's also better for actors because they can see a lot more actors. Instead of inviting 20 or 30 people to audition, they can ask for 200 submissions. And then because they save the time in the room, they can actually watch a lot more tapes. And a lot of times I'm sure that they eliminate ones that aren't, like if they watch 20 seconds then they go, that's not the right person. They can kind of move on to the next one. It's a bit brutal for actors because a lot of times we feel that we want to be in the room. We want them to tell us if they want it a little different. We'd rather have that impression, that we can make an impression on the director or the casting director. That doesn't always happen now. You're just asked to tape yourself and hope for the best. I think a lot of times actors would rather be in the room because statistically they have a better chance and they can make an impression. But their chance of getting an audition may be higher because if they ask for self-tapes, they'll probably ask more people, and they might ask people not only from the area they're casting. So let's say for McMafia, they may have asked self-tapes in Israel, and they may have asked self-tapes in Los Angeles, and so forth and so on, and they can see a lot more. With this specific one, I did the self-tape and they actually asked me to come in for an audition after the self-tape. On any event, as you're aware by now, I got lucky with McMafia, and so I thought I'd share with you the self-tape to celebrate the second season of McMafia, which I'm sure will be as great as the first one. In the end, I'm gonna put a link to my showreel so y'all can watch what the scene actually looked like. It's my showreel and I don't need the whole scene, but you'll get a chance to see my self-tape and then what it actually looked like.
Allon and I served in the IDF for many years. Any information about your family will be confidential. My sister probably has the most erratic lifestyle. Some substance abuse, drink. She's close to a boyfriend but strays occasionally.
So her movements are unpredictable.
My parents are more regular patterns. They don't socialize much, so they are often at home.
How many PPOs are at present?
Just my father's chauffeur.
How many would they be comfortable with?
No more than one. My mother and sister probably would notice crates of aliens, but my father's an expert.
And your girlfriend?
She's moved out. I assumed I'd be the main target, so I wanted us to live apart for a while.
Have you told her about the threat?
No.
Does she have any family members that you're close to?
No, her parents passed away.
I need to ask you about the hostile party's motivations.
My uncle was involved in an attempt of Vadim Kalagin's life. I'm responsible for disrupting his business interests, but I prefer that remain between us. I'd like someone to watch over my girlfriend as well, without her knowledge if possible. Can we discuss firearms?
Don't worry, Mr. Godman. We'll be armed. Mrs. Godman, this is Jennifer.
She's far too beautiful to be a bodyguard.
Miss Godman, this is Franz.
Hi, Franz.
Sir, this is Monk.
Monk, a real name? Nickname, sir. Thought it sounded better than Percy. Was that English? Afraid so, sir.
I imagine you've had some experience to close protection before.
In Russia, I had a small army look after me.
We hire a lot of Russians at our firm. They're very good. Nothing like the cliche.
This really is good tune. SAS, overrated.
Alright guys, I hope you found that interesting. If you do have any questions about self-taping, techniques and other stuff, you can ask me in the comments section. If you are an actor, I'll try to answer as best I can. I'm no expert, but I have managed to get a few roles and recalls through self-tapes, so I will give any advice I can. If you want to see the actual scene and what it ended up looking like, I recommend clicking here, which is my show reel. Watch the first sort of 50 seconds and you'll see what it looked like. It's an edited version because I used it for my show reel and I don't need the full scene, but I think you'll get the gist. Also, of course, please subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you all on Thursday with some comedy. Thank you guys. Bye.